Yes, I want to see black men and black women together, but I want to see black women valuing black men as black men deserve to be valued. Black men, you are worthy. You have done great things in the last 20 or 30 years. You've taken your image back from cops, deadbeat dads, and everything else. You stepped up to the challenge, and this is your time. This is your time. The gender war is over. Average at best happened in 2021. That is over. 2022, we're going into it. Self-awareness is sexy. Men are going to show the work, and women are going to show their worth. We're going to move forward. We're going to move forward, and if you want to move forward together with us, men are there waiting for you. Men are there working for you, but you're going to earn your spot because he has to earn his value. And in that way,
controversial YouTuber has passed away. He was 56 years old, and this is all according to Melanie King, who says she's a close friend of his. She revealed on Thursday that she got family confirmation that he has passed away. She said it's 100% true, and the family has yet to publicly announce his death. But according to reports, he suffered from cardiac arrest, a heart attack, but these have not yet been confirmed. But a lot of people did pay tribute to him. Even though he had a lot of controversial things to say, you never wish that on anyone. So our condolences to his family and friends.
Yeah, I'm definitely sending each that brother's family as a person who prays and wants to.
So I was on the internet last night on my way home from work, and seeing that Kevin Samuels had passed away, had died, cardiac arrest. Multiple sources started to filter in, and never really confirmed by anything on his side. And so it was shocking, like everybody else would be shocking. This enigmatic figure that's been out for like maybe a year and a half. But what was weird. See, what I normally do on Jus'Black Speaks, when I kind of talk about whatever I was feeling at the time or just issues, is I kind of gauge it based on how people post on social media, because it kind of gives me an idea, or not really give me an idea, but it kind of just fuels like a conversation. I'm about having a conversation. I'm not really about who's right or who's wrong. It's just interesting how people think. And so with Kevin Samuels passing away, it was a lot of women, not just on my feed, but just throughout the whole internet ecosystem on Elon Musk's internet. There's just a lot of people like celebrating his death, which is weird. It's weird to celebrate somebody's death of a person that you didn't know, who wasn't like a dictator or a mass murderer. You just didn't like his perspective or opinion or something, and so you were happy that he died at 56, which was weird. And then so when something like this happens, of course, a lot of people have their opinions, and the internet allows you to be open with your opinions, even if you don't have an opinion. And I always say that because sometimes we speak before we actually formulated an actual opinion or a thought on a subject. We just kind of say what's been regurgitated or how we think we should feel at the moment. I wasn't like a huge Kevin Samuels disciple, but I did understand the angle that he was servicing, because it was always interesting. For a lot of people who don't know, Kevin Samuels started out his YouTube channel and just his whole presence talking to men, telling men, hey, you just need to get on your shit, you need to do this, this is what you need to do. Didn't really take. No one really paid attention to it, didn't even know him, never heard of him. And then he started doing this interesting thing where he'd interview women. The interesting thing about that is if you watch these interviews, he basically would ask a woman, basically, what are you looking, what are you looking for in a relationship? What are you looking for in a man? And the man and a woman each time would describe the perfect man or the man that she considered to be the primary or the ideal mate for her or the perfect man, right? And she build all these characteristics like we all do. I think we all build the perfect person in our head, and it's normally a person that wouldn't date us. so so what every woman would do is she'd build these criteria of what she considers the perfect male for her, and normally it's always very attractive, great sex, big dick, makes a lot of money, cares about me, doesn't cheat, listens to me, and understands me. All these wonderful things, but a lot of the superficial things, or a lot of the things in general, what Kevin Samuels would do is he would basically allow you to build who your perfect mate is, and then he basically asks you a series of questions to see if that particular person that you built would actually date you, which is a genius analysis because it allows you to build your argument based on subconscious needs and what you think that you want or need, and then break it down based on the reality, which we do for men all the time. We do for men all the time. Like if I came on here and I said I wanted a woman who is in perfect shape, in perfect health, eats healthy, makes a lot of money, doesn't need me for my money, loves me for me, and is not superficial, is not jealous, doesn't cheat. If I named all of these things in unison, people would break down why I don't deserve that, or do I work out, or am I in shape? Do I eat healthy? Do I not cheat? Do I not lie? Universally, that's what would happen, and rightfully so. But it's an interesting thing, magnified by the internet, magnified by YouTube, magnified by social media, where you're not allowed to ask or question a woman based on a logistical or logic based argument based on what you said you want, or based on what you said you need, or based on what you say you deserve. And it was always interesting. Of course, it was salacious at times because that's what got the clicks, that's what got the views. Like I said before, when he was just doing it for men, it wasn't as salacious. He's just saying, if you're a bum, you shouldn't be a bum. You don't deserve a good woman. And people universally we accept that. Okay, yeah, you're a bum. You don't deserve a good man. You don't deserve a good woman. But when you're telling that to women, it's more salacious anyway. Even if he did it in a more courteous way, it'd still be salacious. Because even when he wasn't being salacious or wasn't saying, "Hey, you're 6 at best," so we're saying all these click things, which got him the views, and which if you understand how this whole wheel works, that's the catalyst to get views, to get clicks, to get and sponsors, to get money. That's how you monetize yourself. But when you have honest conversation with women, or not, I want to say just women, but I'm leaning towards the women for the simple fact that that's what the internet leans towards, because really it works both ways. I think just with men, it's okay to say you're a slob and you don't deserve a woman who works out every day, even though the male and women dynamic works in our society doesn't really matter if I work out or if that's not necessarily what attracts a woman anyway. And so he was basically using these rules that you're basing your dating life on, or basing your interaction with male and female, and saying, if based on these rules that you're living by, would you get this person that you're building? And whether you agree or not, that's just my synopsis on what he was doing and this polarizing figure that he became based on it. However, whether you agree or not, and that's not even to say that I agree or disagree, I just say I understand the plight and what he was trying to say and what he was doing. What's interesting is if you disagree, we have this thing where if you disagree with someone that you are opposed to them as a person, or you don't like them, or you hate them, you can disagree and have a fruitful conversation and maybe reach a resolve or even broaden your perspective or broaden their perspective. It's not necessarily about being right or wrong. It's just always interesting that instead of listening or hearing each other, we just want to be right. And nothing's sacred. So even when a man passes away, we do ding dong, the witch is dead. Well, what exactly did he do? Except but share a perspective that you solicited, that you asked for. But I don't know though, man. I don't want no trouble. See, I got like a little setup now. I'm like a real YouTuber now. Subscribers are growing fast and furious, man. Like and subscribe. Hope you listening because you love me, because I love you for listening. Shout out to everybody, anybody. If you inspire me anything, then you was somebody. Kid Jus'Black. More arrogant asshole podcast on the way. More Jus'Black speaks. And more other shit that I decided to put on this channel, man. Peace and love.